Yes, tell me not to lose. The guy riding a prehistoric dragon monster. Do I really look like I'm in the mood to lose, Blue? Welcome back, everyone. How are you? And last time on Pokemon, Let's Go Pikachu. We defeated Giovanni for the third and final time, acquired our latest gym badge, and acquired TM41 Earthquake. We've now gained access to Victory Road and the Pokemon League. So I think it's quite clear what we're going to be doing today. I also just realized 2 of my team members are blue. But yeah, we've come a long way. Granted, it took longer than I would have expected it to take. And we are nowhere near finished with this game. We still have a lot more to do. But we do have to go trek our way over to Gate. But we have a match with Trace. Finally caught up to you. Got the Earth Badge too. That means we can finally get to the Pokemon League. So does that mean he was the first person to fight Blue then? Or the Leaf are incredibly strong, but there's no turning back right now. Think you're ready, Max? Show me Pokemon you've raised. You're not even worth my new and improved Earthquake TM, so there's no need for me to acquire it. Let's go Pikachu! And Let's Go Eevee will have pretty much the same team aside from one Pokemon. Of course, we'll be going over that when we get to that one. It leads off to level 50, Pidgeot. Quick Attack, Air Slash, Sand Attack, and Roost. Yeah, not really that great. Air Slash is probably the most threatening move that it has at its disposal, purely down to it is its best move in terms of base power, as well as it does align relatively well with its stat total. But in conjunction with Air Slash and Sand Attack's Air Slash's flinch chance and Sand Attack's dropping of stats, it actually can be a little bit annoying. Also, Roost makes it resist, well, not resistant, but neutrally damaged by normal weaknesses of the flying typing. It functionally makes it a pure normal type when using Roost and you are moving after it. But we paralyzed it, so now we don't have to deal with that anymore. So the freeze would have been fun. Eat this, Thunderbolt. Actually, I probably should have gone over to Melmetal just to be safe. Air Slash. One of my absolute favorite moves. I do love Air Slash. But we'll get into that at a later date. And of course we avoid it. But we'll still win anyway. And paralyzed at the same time that we got accuracy hacks. Your RNG nonsense doesn't save you. Only I can use RNG nonsense to destroy my enemies. Rayleigh, Sliver. You know what? Fine. We'll still win anyway. We'll still win in the end. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. It does always say you used a max potion. So I'm wondering if that's a coding error or if they did intentionally program it that way. That is strange. I know I've noted that in previous episodes. It's just still strange. Honestly, yeah, just go Pikachu. I don't want to deal with you. I just do not want to deal with your bullcrap right now. You are surviving, and I know that Dratini is not exactly the hardest arrow. Or Dragon Arrow at this point. So this is why I find Pokemon that just Roost spam annoying. One of the many reasons I don't play singles. This is kind of all that happens. Eat this Thunderbolt. Am I wondering why I'm going for Thunderbolt? When, of course, Zippy Zap is always critical hitting, and we have seen that, yes, Pikachu's attack is higher. The difference in stats really isn't that noticeable, at least in terms of base stats. The other part is that Zippy Zap is significantly lower in base power, even with the always critting. It's a 75 base power hit versus a 90% hit on the other one. It does balance out a little bit. Again, there is a range for stats to alternate, but also they're still within that 15% range of damage rolls, so it realistically doesn't matter either way. Vileplume. His Vileplume is substantially improved. Level 50. Petal Dance, Toxic, and Acid. Yeah, Acid is not really that terrifying, but Petal Dance definitely packs a punch. Or Flower Power, as one may say. We avoided the attack. You might actually survive this. I would not be surprised if you survived that. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Man, that's Toxic. I believe Toxic will hit me even though I'm in a semi-invulnerable turn, because when you use my Poison type, it always hits, unless, you know, you use an attack or you Steel type. I mean, of course, if you have Corrosion as your ability, then you can hit Poison and Steel types with Toxic. So, not meant to do that. I meant to go for Crunch. Petal Dance miss. I love how, oh yeah, every time I use Petal Dance. Oh yeah, I just missed. I just fly out of the way. Can't hit me. Good. It didn't miss. I was half expecting it to miss again. I was half expecting it to miss again. Getting a decent amount of experience for everyone. Now that we have an actual team, we can actually do stuff. Also, I just realized I didn't even teach Sludge Bomb to Venusaur yet. Fun. Jolteon, level 51. Thunder, Quick Attack, Pin Missile, Double Kick. It actually is not terrible. It's actually quite powerful in terms of just at least its moveset. If you're playing Let's Go Eevee, he will have a Raichu with Thunder, Quick Attack, Thunder Punch, and Slam. I think at this point the Jolteon is harder, at least because it has better coverage moves. But it doesn't really matter either way. They're both not overly great, but the Raichu, I would say, is less powerful overall, even with just respect. Jolteon's faster and does have a higher special attack. That also, wow, you survived that quite handily. I don't like that. But you're gonna go down anyway. Really? Really? You're living on a sliver. You're living on a slipper. Dodge. Don't dodge. Head butt. Boink. Jolteon goes down, and his final Pokemon. We all know it's going to be his Marowak. Level 50. Focus Energy, Bone Meringue, Thrash, and Sword Dance. If given a chance to set up, it actually can hit pretty hard. As we have seen that Marowak with a thick club is quite terrifying, but it needs a turn to set up and it's quite slow. Granted, most things in Kanto aren't overly fast unless you are one of the specifically notable fast Pokemon, but also its moveset isn't overly fantastic. You know, it just has Bone Meringue and Thrash, which Bone Meringue isn't terrible, but why is everything surviving hits? Like, you do not have good special defense. I guess it could just be that Starmie's attack, special attack, isn't as high as I think it is. It's, what, like 105 or something like that? I need to check this. I could have sworn it's like 105. So I know its base attack is like 95 or something like that. I need to see this. Because this is starting to aggravate me about why we are not able to just destroy things with the power of stars. We'll say it's star power. 100, okay. Yeah, 100. That makes sense. 115 is its speed. I always need to look after you ever since we were young, but I think his trainer was more talented as a trainer. It's frustrating, never felt this way. It makes it fun to his Pokemon, whatever it is. I want to lose again. Oh, you're going to keep losing over and over and over again. It's weird. We're out of balance, but let me go ahead first. Really, do we have to let him go first? We've now just completely altered the entire course of history. PG was eager to fight. He's feeling quite confident. But yeah, we are making a break for Victory Road now. I am unsure about Victory Road, at least in terms of this game's version of Victory Road, as I do like how you don't need to carry HMs. However, this is the issue. It's still a victory road. Meaning, it's a very overly long dungeon for really no reason other than we need to put some padding. Actually, question for the video. What are your thoughts on Victory Road? Because I will be honest, I was never really a fan of them. The only Victory Roads I liked were the ones that were short, as in didn't require the use of HMs, or were just not very long. Because in the replays of the previous games, they've really stuck out to me as these really don't need to be this long. They feel like padding. But I know there's a lot of people who they do like the tradition of Victory Road. There's a point only if you have the Cascade badge. Oh, that's a Cascade badge. Yeah. There are going to be Pokemon you can catch in the upcoming areas. But there's a few of them, and some of them which are actually quite new. So, of the stuff that is up ahead, there are a couple of golden berries for us to acquire. Multiple of them. They are bunches of 5, but they're after different checkpoints. So, pretty much, if you go after the checkpoints, you can just follow your Pikachu's waggling tail, and then you'll find them. Also, they're just regular item drops that are in the Pokeballs. And with that, we are basically just progressing through everything. Of course, got to talk to this Rainbow Badge. That is the Rainbow Badge. As we noted before, we have the Lieutenant Surge's autograph to go with our previous one. Go on right ahead. You have to use C-Skim to get to the next ones. Fitting. This does not matter to you going past this point if you have a Soul Badge. This is the Soul Badge checkpoint. And yes, there are Pokemon that are on this route. There's a couple of them. They're not overly great. I mean, of course, as we mentioned before, Chansey is the rare spawn on this route. There is also Execute, which you can get, which you actually couldn't get at any other part point in the game. Also, you can get a Poliwag. Not Poliwag, a Poliwhirl. That's what it is. Here in the wild, that's actually not terrible, but also not, especially great. It's just something. There it is. Executor. That is really the big new thing around here, and we'll be noting a bit of something special about that. The Volcano Badge required to progress past this point. Yeah, there's still Nidoran you're finding in here. And, last one, a Badge Check Gate. Only past this point if you have the Earth Badge. That is indeed the Earth Badge. Alright, going ahead. Pokemon League awaits us. Show this item in the back. Oh, nice. Victory Road Gate to the Pokemon League. Let's go. And with that, we have entered Victory Road. But more to deal with that when we go over a couple of important things. There's a few important coach trainers I would like to go over. Seafoam Islands, they give out rare candy. Within Victory Road, there are actually 2 of them. One of them gives starter candy, the other is going to give TM Outrage. Yeah. And post-Victory Road, there is another coach trainer for us to go and deal with. Be looking intrigued by our hat. But we're not going to be dealing with that one until after Victory Road. It is in Cerulean City. It is the one that I noted is a bit too powerful for us to be dealing with right now. On the first floor of Victory Road, there are 2 things of interest. One of them is the new strength puzzle that we have to go deal with. You're gonna have to push these blocks onto these switches. Click. Those open up these gateways. The other is that Chansey is going to be the floor 1 spawn for Victory Road. What do I mean by it is the floor 1 spawn? Well, we'll get into that when we get to the next floor. The other is that there is TM Stealth Rocks that is available on this floor. You can only get them 1 at a time. Okay, right, you gotta press A. Yeah, I really hate these puzzles. it's unnecessarily annoying to deal with these. When, oh yeah, you just gotta push, you know, one way, then push the other ways. It's tedium padding. But we have a battle with a trainer right here. On guard, just as they say. Challenged by Coach Trainer Alemana. I am 98% sure that I absolutely butchered that name right there. Are you the one that gives what I think you do? Oh, this is perfect. You're outspeeding you transform into Dratini, which means you're gonna be taking the full force Dragon Pulse right in your face. Granted, we're not overly bulky, but oh. Then again, you might have HP candies to balance out that, because Ditto has not great stats. To compensate for this, what it does have is now it automatically speed ties. However, its HP can be increased, so likely this thing has a good amount of HP candy investment to make it not completely terrible. Good, because good fell for the Dragon Pulse. We should outspeed this thing and be able to take it down with an Ice Beam. But really, we did barely anything to that freaking thing the first time. This must have candy investment in its HP. Yeah, this thing has to have candy investment. There is no other way around it. It is taking hits way too well, and it is doing out way too little damage. It has to be, it has candy investment. Raise. Dang it. Well, there goes Timmy, unfortunately. You did very well, Timmy, but sadly, you did not do well enough. Alright, right on, let's do this. Let's do this. Also, yes, you will notice that our levels are a bit more homogeneous, you know. By the end of Victory Road, I recommend you are around level 51, 52. I recommend that. It shouldn't be too hard for us to make that, as there are a good number of trainers within Victory Road, as well as, again, you can just go out and catch Pokemon to get your levels up. Now that all of our team is assembled, we can do that without, you know, of course, risking both team getting leveled up and being annoying like that. Overwhelming. The level limit is my thanks. 10 Pikachu candy. Yeah. I would relish a rematch. Should we have the opportunity? I actually don't think you can rematch him. I don't think you can, because nothing that I saw noted you can rematch him. I think that's just flavor text. But I'm going to go heal now, because that did a lot more damage to my team than I would have liked. Granted, it is a Ditto. And one thing that us competitive players know is that Ditto is an unholy monster that can deal out far more damage than you would ever reasonably expect from it. Mostly due to when it uses Transform, it actually copies stat boosts. It was Imposter also copies stat boosts. It also copies your ability, so if your ability gives you a stat boost, it gains an additional stat boost on top of that. It's really bonkers. It still amuses me, to this day, that in high-level VGC matches like Worlds, you will occasionally still see things like Shedinja and Ditto on teams, purely down to, I can get a third restricted, or just these teams completely lack any means of dealing with Shedinja intrinsically, so it can just come in and body everything, and I just find that funny. It's like, again, this is one of the many reasons I love Pokemon, especially the higher level competitive stuff, because you can just bring out all kinds of nonsensical shenanigans. But you can't really do that in a mainstream playthrough, because a lot of that requires access to things you can't... Wait. Can you not fly to Victory Road in this game? Oh. Well, I'll see you guys next time, where I meet you back at Victory Road. Because I didn't realize that this game didn't let you fly to Victory Road. You know, like every other game allows you to do. See you next time. Let's rock and roll.